You have entered the Plumbing Business Success Zone, teaching entrepreneurs the business of plumbing. This is Potty Talk Live, recorded live on Facebook every week. Type 5 in the comments to subscribe to the show. And now your host, Richard Behney, the $1 Million Plumber.
Hey, plumbing pros, welcome to the 202nd edition of Potty Talk Live. Hey, where we're taking it into the trenches, the crawl spaces, the basements, kitchens, and baths, all around this big, beautiful world of ours to talk to plumbing professionals just like you. Hey there, I'm Richard Behney, the $1 Million Plumber, and we're talking the business of plumbing. So if you're all about the business of plumbing, if you're a plumbing business owner, you are in the right spot, okay? Hey, if you're looking to be a plumbing business owner, hey, you're in the right spot, okay? Hey, but that's what we're all about here. We're talking the business of plumbing, and we made it on here today. We got back into town here, back into the studio, and just seemed like we couldn't get the cobwebs out. So the lovely Laura's over here. Now we're catching our breath. All right. So it's good. Right before we have we're doing a special edition here. We're supposed to have a Cool Cat edition here for you, but had some technical difficulty here. Want to reveal their brand, a cool brand. We've got a couple Cool Cats right out of our backyard here in Indianapolis, Indiana, who's done a branding change, and we'll get them on here another time here. But we're still going to be talking branding here. So if you're kind of wondering what branding is it important, or what's it all about, or do I need to do it? Well, we're going to talk about it here, okay? So we'll get going here in just a second on the branding. So are we all engaged here?
We'll see. Here.
Do we got sound? We got sound. We got video. All right. It was crazy. We just came back. We got back in from New York City. All right, last evening, and in fact, we have an image here. A live webcam here. Mm-hmm. That's what we're really not here today in New York City here. But we had a great time. We got the Brooklyn Bridge here in the background. New York City, it was a beautiful city. Mm-hmm. A city that never sleeps. And boy, it never sleeps. We were out at Times Square after 12 at night. I mean, it was like 12:30 and the place was hopping. All kinds of stuff going on. Saw a show. We went and saw Wicked. All right, which was wicked, mm-hmm. which was cool. All right, of course we did the touristy stuff. We took our daughter there. She's getting ready to go off to college. It's our last baby, and she's going off to college. So we had a last hurrah here and did a trip into New York City. Spent a couple evenings eating pasta in Little Italy. Mm-hmm. All right, now we're not eating anything anymore. All right, for the rest of our lives. It was good stuff. Had a good time. So, hey, it's great to have you here. Hey, if you're watching live, type live in the comments. If you're watching the replay, type replay. And if you're listening to the podcast, you know what to do. Just keep on listening. But it's good to have you here. Also want to remind you to subscribe to Potty Talk Live. You never want to miss an episode of Potty Talk Live. Or what? Do we have it?
I think.
I'm BJ, and this is my wife, Christy. And we're the owners of Plumbing Specialists here in Amarillo, Texas.
We watch Potty Talk Live every day, because if we don't, you're gonna die.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not sure how they meant that. All right, we mean it kind of fun. All right, watch Potty Talk Live or you're gonna die. All right, that's a plumbing power couple out of Amarillo by morning, Texas. All right, down there in Texas. And reminding us to type 5 to subscribe to Potty Talk Live or You Gonna Die. Hey, and join us with that, all right? Hey, put a little video together like that and tell us who you are, where you're from, name of your plumbing business, all right? And say, remind us to 5 to subscribe to watch Potty Talk Live or You Gonna Die. Have fun with it like that, and just instant message the video into us here at Facebook, my Facebook page, and we'll get you up on, we'll show you all over the world, okay? All over the world. This goes out all over the world. Now also, you'll be entered into the mega $100 gift card drawing. So you don't want to miss that, okay? All right. So, hey, what's this all about? You want to talk some branding? You want to talk some branding?
Why not?
Baby, you want to talk some branding?
Sure, honey.
All right. Hey, we're going to get, we had Ron and Angel Blevins, Pristine Plumbing out of Indianapolis. Pristine Plumbing, all right. Went through a big branding change, and we wanted to get their first-hand they just went through it. So we want to get them back on here because we want to get, first of all, I want to do the reveal, all right? It's so cool.
We're not going to do that without them.
We're not going to do it without them, right? Because I want them to be right in there with it.
Right.
But we want to get there, what were their fears? Because there's a lot of fears associated with this, okay, when you go through a branding change. What were their concerns? Okay, what was, what surprised them? What went well? What didn't go well? And then how they feel about the whole process and what they're experiencing now with it. So we'll get them on. Can we get them back on? We'll get it worked out.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll do that.
We had
but
some weird technical difficulties.
Just how it, of course. We're back. You ever come back from vacation or whatever and just can't get back in the groove, or just I don't know what it is. It's just equipment's
That's
down. Okay.
exactly what's happening.
So, but we're going to talk. I want to talk about branding. This is a big deal with your plumbing business. Okay, whether you know it or not, you're branding yourself. Okay. So, it could be just like wicked. You're either a good witch or a bad witch, okay? Okay, so your plumbing is either wicked in one way or the other, your plumbing business, your branding, whether, it's either good branding, you're branding yourself in a good way or a bad way, okay? And whether you're involved in it or not, or whether you care about it or not, is exactly, what's going on. So branding is extremely important to the success of your plumbing business, especially for the residential service side of things, okay? Especially for the residential service side of things. And as you know, if you've been watching, okay, all right, if you've been tuned in, you know that the residential service side of things is where everything's at. That's the gold mine. Everything else, all right, is pretty much you're busy dying, okay? All right, so the residential service side. And we live in a branded world. Okay, we were just on Madison Avenue. We were just on Madison Avenue. It was so, there in New York City, where all the, branding and marketing and advertising, the old, from back in the day, all right? That's where, we got the idea where, with the auto industry, where every year they come out, already I see the commercials where they're talking about the 2020 cars, the 2020 models. 2020. The 2020 models, all right? Here it's barely halfway through the year, 19, and we're talking about the 2020 models. Okay, that comes from Madison Avenue, the branding, okay? Of getting in, you need to have the cars every year, okay, and then of course how you feel about the cars and all that kind of stuff. So when we get in, all that's very important, okay. In fact, what we're going to find out is, and this goes right with your plumbing business, okay. Number one, okay, with branding. Number one, it ain't about what it's about, okay. So in our case, it ain't about plumbing, all right. I'm just going to do this. No plumbing.
No.
Okay.
No plumbing.
No plumbing, all right? It ain't about plumbing, all right? The branding has nothing to do with plumbing. I know that freaks everybody out, all right? Hey, what do we have on here? Hey, Matt, how you doing, brother?
Hi. And someone else is on, too, that might know a thing or two about branding.
All right.
Dan Antonelli.
Dan Antonelli, okay. Oh, okay, the branding guy himself is in. All right, I better be careful now because that guy knows his stuff, okay? It's all about branding, okay?
All about it. All right. There's Angel Blevins saying, sorry we couldn't connect, but we will do it again.
We got to get you on because we want to show off what you've done and what you've gone through and hear about the experience as well. And also, that's Dan's work as well, and so Dan Antonelli. So we want to show that off.
Mrs. Boss is in the house.
Boss, they know something about branding, okay? But it ain't about plumbing, okay? It ain't about what it's about. We noticed that with the car commercials. Notice it has nothing really to do about the cars, okay? It ain't about the cars, okay? It ain't about the plumbing. We got it. So as a plumbing business owner, you got to get that through your head right now, okay? All right, with branding your company. It ain't about.
Dan's got your back.
What?
Dan's and Antonelli's.
Okay, you got it. All right, yeah. Speak up, man. If I go off the deep, go off track here. Pull me back in, reel me back in. Okay.
Call us on that red hotline.
Right. Yeah. So, but it ain't about plumbing. We see so many. In fact, I took a picture of a truck this weekend. I saw it all over New York City.
Where do we have that?
But it's just with the truck. It just it was all plumbing and all that, and it ain't about that. Okay.
Oh, we actually posted it on your page, I think. Yep.
Okay, and that's one of the biggest mistakes we make when we get into it is we make it about the plumbing, but it ain't about plumbing. Okay, we got to get through our heads with that, and that's a difficult thing. Okay, all right. So number two.
What else you got?
All right. Second thing is must be intuitive.
Intuitive.
Okay, did I spell that correctly? Okay.
I think so.
Must be intuitive, meaning you got to be able to understand it, what it is, when you see it that quick. Okay, all right. You know, things are happening fast paced. You know, it's I'm going to date myself. Okay, this is what I call it. It's an MTV world. Okay, and for those of you that are my age, you're in the 50s, and I remember when MTV first came out.
Yep.
And just watching, remember we stayed up all night just watching video after video.
Yeah.
Actually, when they showed music videos.
Correct.
Now I don't know what it is. But it used to really show music videos, okay? All right? But things were happening. In fact, what was one of the first songs? Video killed
the radio star.
The radio
That
star.
was the very first video
Okay.
that was played on MTV.
You know,
August 1st, 1981.
There we go.
Worthless information that's in my brain for no reason. Don't
You know,
why.
but it was so cool, and it did. Video killed the radio star. It changed things. It changed things forever. Okay, it was almost no longer about the music. In fact, back in that time, there was an artist by the name of Christopher Cross. Okay, Christopher Cross, and sailing takes me away.
Yeah.
You know. And then Running for the Border, you know, that kind of stuff. I mean, he had some good songs for back in the day.
Then
okay,
what happened?
but then he showed up on video, and the guy doesn't look like any. I mean, he's not the right. He's little, you know, this big-haired white guy, not that good looking. You know, it just didn't connect. Okay, and so his career went south. Okay, well, it's very similar with your plumbing truck and with your branding and that kind of thing. They must be able to read it quickly. Okay, MTV. That's the point I was trying to make. Was going. That changed things. Things are happening quickly. Okay.
Here I have a picture of the truck. Let's see if I can get it up here that we saw this week. Oh nope, that's not the right button. That we saw this weekend in New York City, right? Here we go. Let's see if I can get it up.
Okay. Show it up and take it away. Show it up and then take it away.
Take it away?
Yep.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, that quickly. That leads to a great test with it being intuitive. All right. Can you, with things happening, your customers are driving down the road, they're seeing your trucks, okay? And within 3 seconds, we call it the three, you take your logo, okay? And put your logo on a sheet of paper, okay? And stand back 10 foot, okay? Then raise it up 3 seconds, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and it's, put it down. And then can someone understand what's happening and what this is all about when they see it? Okay, all right. It must be intuitive because the world is fast now. All right,
very fast.
And so they must be able to. Your customers must be able to pick up on it. Okay, if they don't, they're not going to pick up on it subconsciously. Okay, intuitive also. It must be straightforward. Like on this truck, I can show that truck again. Can you bring that up into the van? Okay. And I know it's kind of back there a little bit, but everything, there's so much writing on it. I don't know what they do, even if it does say plumbing. Well, does it do my kind of plumbing? I got a leaky faucet. They do underground, overground, above ground, beside ground, all kinds of ground. Hot water, cold water. Do you fix leaky faucets? Customers are thinking that way. So when you start listing everything that you do, it has the opposite effect. It just confuses the customer.
Right.
Not to mention, it's not intuitive. I can't pick up on it right away. Okay, I got to read all that. I'm not going to read all that. People just don't read all that.
I'm not going to read all that.
I ain't going to read it. Okay, they got their phone numbers and all kinds of phone numbers and web licenses, web addresses and all that kind of stuff. All right, it just gets lost.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Lost.
So it needs to be intuitive. Okay.
Okay.
And last but not least, and it's not finally, but this is a biggie here. There's a lot that goes into it, okay? And there's a reason why the branding's so important. I know Dan's watching, okay? Expert brander. And we recommend his company, Kick Charge Creative, all right? Because they're experts in branding, okay? And you got to have the professionals do it. This is not something that we do ourselves, okay? Or we send off on what do we do, Fiverr or something like that, and we have some kind of logo done, or even having your the vinyl company do it. It just doesn't come across well. There's a whole lot more that goes into branding, and one of the big things is it needs to create emotion. Okay, emotion.
Dan saying that's information overload. To have a van that's got all that information. He's exactly.
And so your customer just shuts down and calls somebody else.
Right.
I mean, I don't even notice that.
There's certainly no emotion.
The brain says, I don't have time for that.
Right.
Okay,
and
so it does the opposite effect. It doesn't allow the brain to absorb it. So when now they Google, okay, and it comes up, I don't recognize that.
Right.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
But finally, last but not least, and it certainly is not the only item, but this is a biggie. Okay, is emotion. As guys and plumbing business owners, we don't think, well, emotion, it's just plumbing. No, it's not. Again, we go back to it. It's not about plumbing. Okay. It's about emotion, okay? So your brand needs to create some and more directly, it needs to create a positive emotion. We see some pretty bad. Hey, we all did it. We did. We did.
Oh my gosh, our first one was.
And it's just we think we stick something out there with a wrench on it, and all like this guy, and have all that stuff all over it, which just creates an emotion of blah,
Right.
Or we think as plumbers, this is not the time for plumbing humor, okay? Because again, it's not about plumbing, but certainly not about plumbing humor, okay? So having even a cartoon guy with his butt showing, or what's the guy with the one we have a guy who looks like he's sitting on a toilet, so the driver looks like he's sitting on a toilet, that kind of stuff. That's a negative emotion, okay? What that says is you're a butt crack plumber. And that's the last thing that you want to be selling or coming across as, when you're dealing with residential service customers, okay? You want to create an emotion of security, of value, okay? Of fun, okay? Of energy, okay? We're going to get there and take care of you, all right? Again, no one wakes up in the morning and wants to call the plumber. So this isn't a happy time. We're not delivering pizzas, so they're all, ready to eat and all excited, or delivering flowers. Oh, somebody loves me, or remember, whatever. There's nothing like that. No one wants to call you or me, okay? No one. So we got to get over ourselves,
right.
All right? It ain't about plumbing, okay? It ain't about plumbing. And so, and then also, for them to recognize this, needs to be, there we go, okay? It needs to be intuitive, all right? Not overload like this. Okay, that looks like, I got to make a decision. What am I, I just don't have time to think about it. So they could be these guys could be the best plumbers in New York City, in their area. They could be the best. And again, it doesn't matter. Guys, you got to get over yourself. It don't matter how good the plumbing is. It ain't about plumbing for your plumbing business to be successful. In fact, the plumbing's probably way down on the list. It's almost like, I said this before, I get a kick out of the guys that, they score a touchdown and everyone does their dance, and, it's like they've never been there before. You got to act like you've been there before, okay? If I'm paying you, a few $1 million a year, quite frankly, I expect you to make the touchdown, okay? Right. So if I'm having you come out to my house to fix, the plumbing, I expect you to be able to fix the plumbing, okay? That's beside the point, okay? It's all these other things, okay? And the emotion's a big deal, okay? And so that's why I was excited about showing.
I know.
With there, right?
Because that's definite emotion there.
There's emotion there, and it has to be kind of that's part of what like Dan and his team does a great job at doing, which can be difficult. Dan, we're going to get this straight. Creating a brand should be a little emotional for you too. Okay, it's not just this is important stuff. In fact. With the Academy. If you want to know more about branding and that kind of a thing, you need to join the Success Academy, okay? And you can check that out at Success. Just type Success in the comments or go to themilliondollarplumber.com/success, all right? And grab your 14-day free trial. We go over branding, okay? So if you're serious about learning more about branding, and other things that are important to your plumbing business, all right? But branding is very important to your plumbing business. And, I'd almost like it to be almost right out of the chute, but it's kind of one of those things we just don't think. It's tough to come right out of the chute with it, okay?
In the beginning of the Academy.
Right? And come right.
It's a big concept.
It's a very important concept, okay? And it should be emotional for you. And again, Dan and his team does a great job at kind of pulling you, that emotion out of you, okay, to get you into this brand. You got to give life to your brand. Again, it ain't about plumbing. So to call it Joe Blow Plumbing,
not good.
Richard,
hey,
right.
Joe, I'm assuming who's in Mass. This is I think one of our new clients. Is that right, Joe? Correct? See, and I don't know how to pronounce his last name, which is terrible. But he said, can they help us in MA? Well, Heck yeah.
Yeah.
You betcha.
You betcha.
We'll
All
be
right.
talking about that. We got a lot of things to talk to you guys about. They just got started with us. So, yeah, you bet.
Right.
Dan, be on the lookout for Carlos and Joe.
There we go. That's right. That's right. And so, motion's a big deal, guys. I could spend, this could be a whole program just right in here. Okay. So going through the branding process, it's going to be a little emotional, because, as well as it should be, because we got to get you. That's what we got to give. We got to get you onto that truck, okay, into your branding, all right? And your branding is everything, just not, it's what's on your truck, okay? It's what the uniform looks like, okay? It's your paperwork. It's your tablet, okay? Everything should have your brand on it, and it should create this emotion, all right? Which winds up developing into a culture, okay? So that your people will behave and do what how you want to be, all right? So it's very important. It's
and
so
create the tribe as well. You mean when you have a good branding, your employees rally around it and are excited about it. So
right, and it's colorful. That's one of the things. That's one of the big surprises when we try to, we talk with our private clients, and I even think we mentioned this in the Success Academy, is when we do recommend Kick Charge Creative. All right, there's other companies out there, but we've done the research, okay, and so we know who the best is and the best value, and who's all about making sure that your plumbing business stands out. And that's part of the thing of making your plumbing business stand out. I mean, that they come in and take a look at the other companies in your area. And, if everyone else in your area is red, white, and blue, why be? You're not going to be very intuitive. You're not going to stand out, okay? And so I love the different color schemes they come up with and stuff that, that I don't even think of, okay? That you won't think of. Okay, but you need to be open to this, because with their studies that they do of the area, what are customers going to be attracted to, and what makes it stand out in your mind. And there we go. You brought it up.
Dan's not even on the show, and Dan, we're highlighting you anyway because it's amazing. We know this truck, Inception Plumbing.
That's one of our guys. Okay,
it's DW out of Missouri.
All right, now look at this. Now that's not bad. I mean, that's not bad.
You can totally read it.
Right.
Oops, it keeps going.
But look at the difference. Look at the emotion.
Well, hold on a second. You can totally read it. It's very plain. It's got the phone number nice and big. Good job, D-Dub. But then Dan gets a hold of it and turns it into that.
Okay. After talking with DW, Daryl, and Lindsay, they're a plumbing power couple.
They are.
And getting their, who they are and what they're about. Okay. And so look at that. Look at that.
That's just crazy.
Now look at that. It looks like a national franchise. And guys, that's the difference, okay? And your customers.
Look at that Hackney.
Okay, look at that. All right. Guys, and that's your customers, again, don't wake up in the morning and want to call a plumber, okay? And so they're just looking to be, do I think these guys are going to take care of me? All right? Do I trust them?
Right.
And that may sound silly, that people are judging a book by its cover, that it's not fair.
Dan,
but there's
it again. I get on this page and I can't stop.
Look at that.
Because I just keep going back and forth between. Right. Oh, look at this one. This one here. This one's definitely one where they've named every single solitary thing they do, right?
Yep.
And then they go into gem. Yeah, we could do this all day long. Go check out Kick Charge. People, go check them out. They're amazing.
Yep. And guys, that's the difference there. Yep. Okay, and these companies aren't large franchise big companies. Well, I can't do that because no, these are small. These are 1 truck, 2 truck, okay, 3 truck companies.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, of course they do the big companies as well. But that's the difference. That's how you stand out, okay? So guys, it's this basic with your branding,
yep,
all right?
Kelly, it is your next move. You're right.
It is your.
Kelly Knight killing it in Colorado.
Kelly is killing it in Colorado, and a sharp guy, guys. And this isn't about you not being sharp or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna use Kelly's example here. This guy is sharp.
He's
okay,
a sharp guy.
I'll be transparent here. He's one of my private clients. Okay, and so he's already successful. Okay, and again, about coaching and all that isn't about, well, I don't know what to do. No, these are just looking to take their game to the next level.
Patrick.
Show them how to. Patrick.
Not showing them how to be.
Don't. Right.
Not doing it.
Patrick, but Patrick says. I mean, so look at that's Patrick's logo. Okay.
Go back.
Out of San Francisco. Okay, Works Plumbing. Okay, Dan and the boys did that.
Yep.
And they'll tell you, Patrick and Margaret, they're a plumbing power couple, and tell you they had to work through it. This is the process, guys. Okay, it's not something where you just, you know, you just push a button and it's done. Okay, you don't. This isn't push button stuff. This is your brand. Okay, and then you're working with, you know, I can say, you know, with the Dans, you know, Antonelli and their company, they're creative guys. They're kind of, ooh, they're out. Okay, Dan, I love you, brother, but I mean, they're creative guys. Okay, and so
well, here I've got Patrick's
they're
website.
artsy. Okay,
I've got their website with their new branding with Rocket, their icon.
Look at that.
That Kickcharge created. Yep, there it is. The colors. Think that stands out there in San Francisco?
right.
Sure does.
Which they did the study, they don't look, nothing out there looks anything like that. And so who do you think the customer is going to call? And already they've received calls and gotten work because of their trucks like that, okay? Of looking like that.
Right.
Guys, it ain't about plumbing, okay? And this isn't about whether or not, I wanted to say, I was using Kelly's example, sharp guy, already successful, just looking to take his game to the next level, and the branding, Kelly's right, that is the step, okay? And you know, you make that, you know, you just do these things, okay? If you're serious about, you know, having a successful, and by a plumbing business, by successful I mean, do you want more time, okay? Success just isn't more money, okay? But do you want more time? Do you want something that can run itself?
Right.
All right. Also, do you want something that you could sell one day, okay? You know, guys that are looking to buy, right, which you got to set your business up that way to sell, even though you may not want to. You may just want to milk the cow, all right, or just take all the golden eggs that it's laying, all right? But the reality of it is you set something up that's systemized, okay, that has a system in place, all right? And you have a beautiful brand like that, like Works Plumbing, okay, or Inception that has that people are attracted to.
Right.
You know, the big sharks are going to come and want to offer you money. They're going to want to buy you, okay? Not just to buy you out, okay? Give you a few bucks to get out of their way, okay? Nothing like that. Nothing fire sale kind of stuff. We're talking big dollars, and that's what it takes. And branding's a part of that. And it ain't about plumbing, okay? So, rule number one: it ain't about plumbing. All right, get over yourself, okay? Number two, intuitive, all right? Again, not having stuff all over the truck, you know, all this, you do this and do this, and, you know, and you wash cats, okay? It's crazy. That freaks people out. Plus, they just shut down. The mind shuts down. The mind doesn't take that in, all right? And so it must be intuitive, all right? And it must create an emotion, all right? Look at these trucks. Look at that. If anything, you can't help but look at it.
I know it.
Look, guys, think of all the work for it. Look, there's the one that's white and blue. That's a big thing with plumbing.
Right.
Okay, you know, white and blue. You know, white. We got these white trucks, and we put a little blue paint on it, or you know, whatever we put up there. Okay, and it just blends in with everything else.
Like that. They all do. Oh,
right.
Look at this one here. They're all.
Now, look at that company now. I wonder how much. Now look at, they're obviously successful. Look how many trucks they have. Okay, they're already getting it done.
Hartford with the heart.
Right.
I get it. Hey, DW just joined us. DW missed it. Let's see. Wait, let's bring DW's back up.
Do we got the man himself in?
We do. DW is on.
Look at that.
Look at that.
And we were saying already he got the idea. Look how big. He was already kind of, it was clean. His truck was clean before. And, you know, you could read that. But look at the world of difference afterwards.
World of difference. Totally different. I'm going to be careful to make sure Add a Baby doesn't come up here.
We're going to show.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, the Add a.
Okay. Nope, move on.
That's the only mistake Dan made.
The only mistake Dan Antonelli has made. So, other than that, they're perfect.
Yeah. So there you have it. All right.
No, that's
okay.
good, babe.
Branding.
See the difference? Hold on. The difference, right? And maybe we need to call whoever that is, Mr. Can't tell what it is.
I don't think they care.
Now, don't say that.
Hey, no, I can't. I'm going to say it
Richard Behney.
Because it's a mindset.
They just don't understand. It's just a new concept, right?
Right. Well, part of that. Either they don't care or they don't understand. And neither one of those is good. It's not an excuse. Not understanding is not an excuse. Okay, we're here, guys. Well, it's just plumbing. I mean, I've talked with so many guys. I'm a little calloused. You know, I'll get a guy trying. In fact, that's one of the things I listen for with the guys when guys are reaching out to me and they want me to coach them, you know, privately.
Right.
I'm asking and looking for things. Are they willing to change? Okay.
Are they coachable?
Are they coachable? And one area is branding. Are you do you get that it ain't about plumbing? Like all these guys we're talking to,
yes.
with DW and
Lynn's?
What?
Oh, DW and Lindsay?
DW and Lindsay, Patrick and Margaret. Those are plumbing power couples. And then Beth and Kelly. You know, they're a plumbing power couple.
Right.
But even, you know, speaking with them, and they're already successful, but they already realize it ain't about plumbing.
Right.
Okay, and so it's those kinds of things, and that branding. You know, that matters, okay? And how things look matters. Right. It's just not about plumbing. Yep. So there you have it, all right? No plumbing, all right? Intuitive, emotional, there you go, all right?
Okay, good job, babe.
Okay.
Okay, everybody doesn't know what a professional you are because we were expecting, again, we were going to have Ron and Angel, and we had to completely, within 3 minutes, change the set, audio, and everything else, and you're just calm, cool, and collected. You amaze me.
Hey, it ain't about plumbing, man. All right? I'm a master plumber. If you're a master plumber, you can handle anything. Just relax. Just go with it, okay? All right? And with your branding, okay? Don't you go with it. Have someone else do it, okay? Like Dan Antonelli, okay? Of Kick Charge Creative.
Kick Charge Creative,
all right?
guys. All right, baby.
So there you have it, all right? So,
yeah,
we'll get our guest on and hear more about their experience because there is an emotional experience through that. And some realities of dealing with that, and want to show it off. So there you have it.
Yeah, it's very unique, and none of the trucks that we just saw on Kick Charge's webpage look anything like theirs. I mean, it is super unique. So
it's big stuff, guys. Big stuff.
Okay.
Be the difference between busy living or busy dying.
Busy dying.
All right. So one right here is branding. Okay. Hey, and if you want to know more about branding, all right, and everything else that's important to growing a successful and self-sustaining plumbing business. All right, you need to check out my Success Academy. All right, is there some more bugs? More bugs in the?
Oh,
okay.
Something happened when we went to New York. Bugs just took over.
So check out 14-day free trial. So it's no excuse there. All right, so check it out. Simply type success in the comments, or go to themilliondollarplumber.com/success and grab your free 14-day trial. But before I let you go, as always, I want to remind you that you are purposely and wonderfully created, and you were created to do great things. So plumb like a champion.
Thank you for tuning into Potty Talk Live with Richard Behney, the $1 Million Plumber. If you enjoyed this show, share it now. To catch past episodes and get alerts for new episodes, type 5 in the comment section now.
Just do it.
And join us again for more tips, techniques, and strategies to help you grow your plumbing business.